I am going to be making my own soil mix. So I'm excited to see how that works. Let's go. I got myself some Coco Coir, if that's how you say it. Essentially, it's a soil substrate made out of the husks of coconuts that have already fallen to the ground. Those coconut husks would already be sent to a landfill, and instead they're being turned into soil. There's actually a lot of benefits from using it. Some benefits include there's more aeration in the soil, like the roots will have more room to breathe, which is the main reason I'm doing it, to help prevent root rot or other like fungus diseases happening in my soil. It is really good at retaining water, so you shouldn't have to water as often. Yeah, we'll see. It came in some bricks, and then I'm gonna put it in this tote and add some water, and it'll soak up and expand. So I'm excited to see it. Let's open it up. It gave us like a bag to use, at least this brand. Oh, there's multiple of them for the different bricks. That's handy. It's like a resealable pouch, but I already got this tote, so I'm gonna use that, but maybe I'll use these later. Let's open this up. Okay, here's the brick. I'm only gonna start with one brick because I don't need to make a lot of soil at this moment, so I'll save the rest for later. Here's a little close-up. Okay. Pour about 1.7 gallons, and it should take about 10 minutes to expand. I'm not gonna measure it, so here goes. There we go. Oops, I just turned it off. I twisted it the wrong way. There we go. Why is that taking forever? All right, let's flip this actually. Okay, you can already see it's starting to moisten up. All right, maybe I chose like the worst setting. Let's see. I found the culprit. There's a kink in my hose. That's why I'm struggling at the moment. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Whew. I don't know if that's enough water. We'll see. Okay. It looks like it's pretty much ready to go. I'm gonna just break up the rest of the chunks that are here. And now I'm wondering if I added too much water. Maybe I need to add more Coco Coir. I definitely made a lot of water in this mix. I'm gonna have to add another brick, but that'll be fine because I have a big tote, so it's okay. All right, let me go grab that. I've got the next brick. I'm gonna add it in. So if you don't want to be like me, you should measure your water. Hopefully that should be enough. Well, guess what? I think I'm gonna make another time lapse. We'll see how this one goes. Let's break this up. Well, it's dry in the middle here. If I mix it up with all of my wet soil, it should be fine. I'm gonna stick this in there. If I need to add more water, I will, but this is looking pretty good. You can see all the cocoa fibers in there. Mix it. Let me show you. I have some perlite that I'm gonna add. Perlite helps give more air and just breathing room, break up the soil. So I'm gonna add that. It's organic, but you don't wanna breathe in the dust, so I'm gonna wear a mask. Okay, here's what the Coco Coir looks like. Super fine. Oh my gosh, I just dropped that on the ground, dang it. There you go. Okay, here's the perlite. I'm just gonna dump some in. Add some more. So I'm mixing until there's about, I'm gonna do like almost half and half, like Coco Coir. I guess it's more like 60-40. Let the dust dissipate a little bit. Okay, I think we're gonna call that good. All right, let's get started. I'm gonna show you what I have. I'm gonna put in my succulent soil mix, and I realized I don't have another airtight container because I think I forgot to mention that. The Coco Coir mix, you wanna store it in an airtight container, and I have one that I just got from Walmart that will keep pests and water out. So I guess I'm just gonna have to make a separate one of my cactus and succulent mix. Hopefully I use it all. So let's get that mixed up. I'm gonna wash this out so I can use it. I got my soil mat. Let's prevent the mess. Oh my goodness, I just forgot. I ordered this sand. I'm gonna mix it in my cactus soil. I keep saying cactus. I also have cacti in my house, in my succulent mix. And it came in a package like this from Amazon. And I get nervous. I'm like, are there anything I need to wash out? So let me go wash this just to be on the safe side. You may think it's a little extra, but in my experience, I'd rather be safe than sorry. I got another bucket of soapy water. I'm gonna mix this sand in it. First impressions of the sand, I really like its texture. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be great. I wanted to get some coarse sand because that will help with drainage and aeration of the roots. Nothing like sand for a cacti's natural habitat. Oh, what'd I just find in there? Twig or something. Ooh, yeah, I'm so glad I'm washing this. Look how dirty this water is. Oh my goodness. I might need to wash this a few times just to rinse it out. Oh my goodness. I mean, yeah, that's just particles of little sand, but there were also some like twigs and stuff in here, so it's not the cleanest sand. That's only a couple of them. There's more in here. That's the water. But we sure are gonna make this sand clean because I want it to be clean. This needs to be rinsed a few times. Okay, this is way harder than it sounded. Don't know what that is. Look, I just found a piece of plastic in my sand. I don't love that. So I am glad I'm doing this extra step, but it's turning out to be way more work than I thought it would be. But here we go. I feel like I'm panning for gold with absolutely no luck, and all I'm finding is trash. Here's all the trashy not gold that I found. I have to make my soil mix. I need to make sure I have all my things. I got myself some slow release fertilizer because maybe they don't have enough nutrients. I set my sand to dry back there. Let me move this for now. It's still kind of damp, but I think it's gonna be fine. That was so much work to clean all this. Now look at it. All right, the sand is super coarse, so that's gonna be really helpful for adding some weight to the soil, but also plenty of drainage. Let's open this. Still plenty of moisture in there. I'm just gonna scoop my Coco Coir mix and Perlite. All right. This mat can't be hanging halfway off the table. Wow. Okay, this is fine. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna need all of this sand for sure. This is gonna be nice. It's gonna work, it's gonna work. Good thing we have a soil mat. Shouldn't go flying all over the floor. I forgot to cover this back up. Maybe there's a piece of sand in there, who knows? Keep all that in there. I'm saving all the sand because I don't think I have enough. Just making a mess of everything today. That'll be fine. My goal with this soil mix, to make it hopefully amazing for my succulents, I'm going to add 1 part Coco Coir, 1 part coarse sand, which I have just added here, and 1 part perlite. I did already mix some perlite with the Coco Coir, but I might add some more just to balance it all out. Coco Coir is really good at retaining moisture, but this is experimentation. Honestly, this is something important. All of this is trial and error. And that is an important thing to go by with your own plant journey. We're always gonna learn and make mistakes. And that's how we learn. Because plants are living things, so there are a lot of variables that can't always be controlled, unfortunately. As much as it is science, and we've learned a lot about that science, we can't control all of the things. There's always the chance that I brought home the fungal disease from the store where I bought my last succulents, or some pest got in, or also a combination of I found out the soil was still moist at the bottom, but not at the top. So there was too much water retention in there. So I wanna make sure this isn't too wet compared to that. And already, just like the texture, it's very moist. Like there is beads of water in that tote, and it's still so fluffy, so fluffy. Like it's not really getting compacted. And that's the nice thing, is it still stays fluffy even after multiple waterings. When I'm gonna add water, and soil naturally will like start to compact. And I'm going to try to avoid that because I love these succulents and I want them to live. We're gonna try that. Just keep that in mind, that you're gonna see so many different opinions on the internet as well. That's what I've experienced. And a lot of the times they're differing opinions. And it can be confusing when someone's like, oh yeah, you should repot your plant right away when it comes from the store. And so people are like, no, let it chill for a while. And there's so many different opinions. It could be like different light works for different people. And really what it comes down to is that everyone's environment in their house, where they live, what's surrounding with the air quality, like there's so many different things that can impact a plant's life. So there's so many different factors compared to your own personal environment. So take that into consideration. I'm sharing all of my tips and documenting my plant care, but it might not always work for you. Just a disclaimer there that it's all trial and error. You're welcome to try all of the things that I'm trying, and if it doesn't work, I'm sorry. Sometimes things don't work for me too. So I'm just throwing that out there. And then also an inspirational speech to just don't be so hard on yourself. Believe a little bit that you're doing great. Just keep trying. I love the texture of it, but I'm debating adding more perlite. I'm gonna do it. Okay, let me go grab it. And I'm gonna get a mask again because you don't want to breathe in the dust. Okay, here we go. I always struggle to put it over my glasses. And I have a clip in my hair. I forgot about that. I just love having my hair out of my face though. Sporting. Let's start with that. I want more. When in doubt, add a little more for the succulents. You know, they need a little bit more air. Okay, what do you think? Oh, it's so fluffy. I love that. We're gonna call that good. That's gotta be good. Oh no, I just spilled some of it. Dang it. Wow, all right. What an adventure. You'll notice Perlite's usually in just a normal soil mix. The one I did have had bark, and yeah, I could probably add bark and other things, but I just am gonna keep it simple. We're trying this, and if I need to tweak things next time I use Coco Coir with succulents, we will. As I said, trial and error. Now this is the dreadful part, that I have to pull those out of that pot, and I'm worried I'm gonna hurt them. Grab my soil. It looks good. So Coco Coir is deficient in some nutrients, specifically calcium and magnesium. And that was something important I forgot to mention earlier, is that I bought cocoa bricks that were already pre-buffered. So if you don't get pre-buffered cocoa mix, which I actually bought first and decided I did not want to go through all that work, but honestly, it's not a whole lot of work. I just didn't feel like doing it, especially for my first time using Coco Coir. I'd rather simplify it. So if you don't have pre-buffered mix, you're going to have to buffer it. And what that means is you'll just have to put it in a tote and like rinse out the Coco Coir to help get rid of the salts, because coconuts can have a lot of sea salt on them. You need to do that. And also sometimes people will add like a calcium magnesium buffer, so they're just adding those nutrients in like a liquid. I didn't do that. I just bought it pre-buffered, and so it's good to go. I got the slow release fertilizer to add to my mix. I want to add it now instead of on top. I got the kind that has little pellets, and they're slow release. Over time, as I water, it will release more. And this is the ratio 11, 10, 11, which is just the ratio of the nutrients, nitrogen, phosphate, and potassium. Oh, it took me a minute. It's late at night, and I took chemistry many years ago. All right, I need to figure out what a teaspoon is. Okay, 1/4 teaspoon. I'm just gonna add it into the pot. That's what I've decided. So let's put this in. So it says to do a 6-inch succulent pot is 3/4 teaspoon, so a little more. So I don't know, I might do a whole teaspoon. All right. I'm measuring because this is the first time I've used this. Okay. And this is 3, okay. I'm gonna go a little light on the 4th one. That should be good. Mix that in. It's beautiful. I did this.